Hi, this is Benandorf, and welcome back to another episode of Crusader Kings 2, The Old Gods. We last left off, we had taken a good chunk of Ireland, and I had unfortunately screwed up on getting rid of this fairly useless son and putting him somewhere that he won't be able to inherit anything. So I'm thinking that may be the thing to take care of next. He is currently, let's see, he's currently in Yulin being tutored. And so I'm going to save up some money and try and assassinate him, which is going to be brutally expensive, but you gotta do what you gotta do. However, in the meantime, I'm going to create a Duke-level republic over here. I guess I should make sure I can actually create some sort of duchy first. So I will soon be creating a Duke-level republic here in Ireland, but I guess I can't quite yet. Oh, where are raised levies? Here they are. So I'm going to pull these levies out, and I would like a Duke-level republic here somewhere. Maybe this is what I will do. I'll create the Duchy of Gwynedd, and then give to the owner of this, or the mayor of this town, I will give him the County of Gwynedd, and then the Jarldom of Gwynedd. Yes, so now we have a merchant republic underneath us, which should bring us lots of money. And that creates some new great houses. But, alright then. I'm going to move this army out so that or stop them raiding, and finish taking up the green bits of Ireland. So, conquest of Kildare, maybe? Who is called in the King of Cornwall, but I just finished messing up his troops, so I'm not particularly worried. Now, well, he's busy over here, and I guess I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I don't have a land border, I can't conquer him. What I'm going to do to raise some more money is raise all of these troops and send them on over to the Mediterranean to loot some more. Oof. And we were attacked, but thankfully our retinues had no problem in beating off the enemy. Oh, excuse me. In beating away the enemy. That's a bit of an unfortunate phrasing there. Alright, grouping this on together. And let's put our king in charge. He wants to take another trip to Venice. So, toggling looting, putting him on the fleet, and let's go screw with some of republics. Shipbuilding just increased in one of our holdings, as well as noble customs. And we have had somebody that just got imprisoned, but what we need to do is I'm going to give Bryfna to this Duke, which will give us maybe a little bit of piety, but more importantly, get it off our hands. And going to just find someone to give this last bit of land, or the last couple bits of land that we don't really want here in Ireland. So my religion and my culture. Not a ruler. So give one to this kid. Give Desmond to him. And Steward seems as good a choice as any. And that brings us back under the 7. So we'll leave it at that for now. I'm going to have the troops that we've raised in Ireland go ahead and join our army, which is having having a little more problems beating the enemy this time. But the extra reinforcements has made the difference. And while I'm speaking of reinforcements, let's see what... Well, I guess I can see here we have one that... I'm going to give this army a unit of cavalry to help them. And let's send all these troops on over, except the ones in Finland. So let's see, where else can I raise some ships? But I will group together all these troops here in Denmark and the bits of Sweden that I have. That should be enough ships. There we go. Now that certainly will be. And let's see. Our raiders are slowly closing in on the enemy. And our daughter has just come of age. Let's see. Anybody worth marrying her to? Not really, no. So we're just going to hold on to her for the moment. Popular customs in Nairobi. And the raiders have reached Venice. There's 500 troops that we have to wipe out very quickly, which of course we did. And now, time to siege. Our spy master in Constantinople has gotten us some more points, some more technology points. This time in culture. So which ones to spend it on? I'm going to go with cultural flexibility for sure, and then noble customs. Because cultural flexibility should help, once it spreads, to keep Britannia under our grasp without having to worry about it. And these troops are slowly grouping up. They will soon be ready to join the war. What I'm probably going to do is have them join our raiders. Well, with the exception of the retinue. Which the retinue is I'm going to go ahead and send over to Ireland to join up with the others. But then, if I get a good enough sized raiding army, I might strike out and hit some even bigger targets. I believe that one good place might be Constantinople, although I would need a lot of troops to take that, so I might not worry about it. But the patrician in Venice keeps raising retinues and having them completely wiped out, and the first bit of holding has been taken, giving us 60 gold. Excellent. Going to loot down the next part, because as soon as that one's down, the next 3 holdings will be quick to loot and ever so valuable. And my son is becoming deceitful. So let's talk to him about honesty. Now he's honest, but still not a very good son. I really wish something would happen to him to get rid of him, but that's why we're looting. To get money so we can kill off our son. If that isn't what Crusader Kings 2 is all about, I don't know what is. And retinues have joined up. Down here in Kildare. Venice still keeps raising little troops that we wipe out. Ooh, we did lose a little bit of land here in Ireland. And managed to capture just some random Irishman which apparently is a big deal. I'm not really sure. Our youngest daughter, or one of our daughters, needs a guardian, but she also has the Great Pox. Let's choose somebody for her. Alright, the one on top seems like a good choice. So now just waiting to siege down, at which point I think this Irishman will give in. Where's this? Okay. All of the troops here together. So we're going to set up raiding, combine the navy, and send them over to join in the Mediterranean. In fact, I'll probably send them to Amalfi to start taking some land from them. Or looting some land, I suppose. But disbanding this troop. And almost done here in Ireland. Our prisoner's complaining. So I'm going to toss him in the Obleta, because it doesn't matter. Oblayet, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, Oblayet. I remember looking that up recently so that I would know. But going to offer him peace. So we have now taken some more land. Now, let's see. I think if I just give him... If I directly give him a temple, it will not... Yeah, it won't pull him out of the... It will not pull him from influence. So I'm going to have to assassinate him. That will be cheaper than trying to imprison him. So, such it is. And there we go. Now we just have retinues left here. And I'm going to go ahead and assign some full-time generals. But for the moment, I will ignore Ossory and focus on the raids that are going on. Specifically, the one in Venice is quite valuable. But I'm going to go ahead and give away these bits of land. And I need to find someone to take the newly taken land, so this lucky young man seems like a good a choice as any. He's now a count. Hooray for him. And we've made it to Amalfi, so going to start sieging. Making all that money. Or rather than making it, taking all that money. Looted the castle in Venice. So on to the next holding. Some negative, or there, you know, the occasional siege events. I tend to click through them pretty quickly. Call to arm. The second, what? Ferry subjugation of Norway. Well, that's certainly a thing. Oh, for the Faroe Islands. I don't care. I have no interest in joining him in trying to take Norway, so I'll take the 25 prestige lost. Scotland has joined, and we have a claim on Scotland that can be pressed by someone who is part of our realm, but that would still give it to someone that isn't us, which I'm not that interested in. However, if they have some significant issues, well, looks like Scotland just had a secession war that showed up. But I might have to take advantage and take bits of Jorvik once I'm done looting. Looting first, realm expanding second. Ooh, imprisoned the husband of the ruler of Amalfi, or not the husband, the wife of the ruler of Amalfi, and got a nice 80 gold from breaking down the doors. So, still plenty of space, though, for more loot in this fleet. What I am going to do is take her as a concubine. Pretty much is just a screw you to the ruler of Amalfi, the Doge. And another battle in Venice, but soon we will have finished sieging down the temple, which, there we go, for another large chunk of money. And our oldest son has died. which means that now his oldest son will be the heir in his place for part of this land. I did not know it worked that way. But choosing a new steward. So going to send him to collect taxes as well. I wonder, would he be the cheaper one to assassinate? Yes, but I think I'd have to assassinate everybody. And he's a little better than my actual son, so we'll see what education the son comes up with. If it's decent, I might just try and wipe out my oldest son's family so that my younger son will be able to inherit all of the land. Wow, Crusader Kings 2 makes me a terrible person. But another siege event. Again, just clicking through these pretty quickly, not paying as much attention to them as I could. They're pretty rote, so I figure they don't need a whole lot of description each time. But another successful siege here in Venice, and just one more. And then I will move on to other lands to loot. Here we go. So, back onto the boats, boys. Where to go now? I suppose I can just join up and send these troops to take the other part, or the other bit of land owned by Amalfi. My daughter's asking where children come from. I'll tell her when she's older. And she became cynical. Oh well, not the end of the world. We've attacked the enemy, quickly made work of their small standing army, and now going to just siege down and take all of the money. Aw, it appears that my character is sad about the death of his son and does not feel that others are much. He does not feel the other sons are quite as good. So, let's visit the queen. And the queen is pregnant, but now stressed. That's probably not good for the baby. However, if I could get a strong son out of it, that would be excellent. And another siege event. Our max domain size has gone down. That's okay. Let's decide. I guess Oriel will be the one we'll give away. And to whom? This lucky man right here. There we go. Back under the limit. All's well that ends well. Now. And we are just sieging down some valuable Republic land. Kill somebody that isn't me, so I'm not going to imprison this fine fellow. If he wants to plot to do so, he may plot to do so. Another bad siege event for us, but... And apparently this young Greek is complaining. Too bad, he can rot in his cell. I destroyed a trade post and taken some money from the looting. My wife is pregnant. I thought she was already pregnant. Thought that was the whole point of that event. And one of my sons has died a natural death. He would have been decent, but he was the ruler of this temple, which is passed to someone else, a lowborn. Another bad siege event. We are not getting lucky. Ooh, Baroness. Let's take her as a concubine as well. Basically, anybody that owns land, if I take their wife, I'm going to take... if I capture their wife, I'm going to take her as a concubine. Because I'm a Viking, and that's what I do. Let's combine these fleets. Yeah, so now we have plenty of space for more loot. So, let's keep on looting. And we now have enough to plot the assassination, or to attempt an assassination on my son, who is quite useless. So, he's in Powys, Thankfully his intrigue is very low. So what I'm going to do is build spy network here in Powys. And let us see. 1/6 chance of being discovered and 1 in 3 chance of success, plus or minus a little bit. So there we go, success. Didn't even have any problems with being found out, and now our line of succession is secure. This young man here, who's not really that great, and so might end up suffering a similar fate. Though I guess he's probably the best of all of his brothers. So it won't be the end of the world, but his marshal is rather poor. He certainly won't be living up to his grandfather, but it's better than splitting the land. And another successful siege. Let's see. He's got decent stewardship and a lot of learning, so maybe the technological progress will make it worthwhile. I'm going to get rid of that ambition and see what other ones are here. Let's go with improved diplomacy, because intrigue was certainly not improving at any reasonable pace. A positive siege event for us. And we are just looting away. So we're going to move this smaller army to join the other one in Napoli, which we've destroyed a trade post there, and found another baroness. This one's young. But unfortunately, it would appear I have too many concubines and can't take another. So we'll keep her in the dungeons until something happens to one of my concubines. But grouping these together, and we will soon... Oh, what happened here? Why is this the new heir? Oh, because I had another son. He is not strong, however. So I think he will be getting a nice temple to sit on. I've lost my trusting ability because because I assassinate so many people. I assume other people probably aren't that much nicer than me. And not worthwhile to siege down this last holding. I'm going to get back on the ships and go home. Plenty of money, so... And it looks like they will be taking the route up through the Great Rivers, which is nice. It's much quicker. Oh. Some young guy in our court has raised an army and is going on an adventure. So I guess good luck with that. Complaints about our seer. Yes, I will replace. This new seer is quite a bit better. And let's choose. Where should he try and convert? Let's go with Warwick. And we have just returned with tons of prestige and even more gold. Well, actually the same amount of both. But it's going to send home these troops and send the fleet home, which frees us up to declare war on the last bit of free Ireland, which it will not be free Ireland for much longer. And it would appear that the succession is still a bit of an issue. So we need to take this new chunk of Ireland so that we can give a temple to our youngest son. But somebody's been called in to join our war. Doesn't matter, don't really care. Just going to siege him down. Should be a very short and one-sided battle. Or short and one-sided war, I should say. Shipbuilding in Oxford increased. Military organization in Oxford increased. Shipbuilding has no effect, but the military organization's a plus. And it's looking like I can build another unit of housecarls, so I am going to do that. And I don't know that I need 23 ships to send one housecarl over to Ireland, but by God, that's what I'm going to use. And a young Welsh girl is complaining she can still rot in the cages. And there is a plot by someone to try and kill the Prince of Denmark, my youngest son, which I am okay with, because I'm going to get rid of him one way or the other out of the line of succession. If he dies, that suits me. Oh, look at that. It was nice. Lithuania has sent us a missionary to warm our dungeons. And one of our vassals has returned with some loot of his own. Because I have so much loot, I need to get to building, don't I? So, no time like the present. We'll go with... We'll just upgrade some of these. Barracks are always good. Yeah. It looks like I need that keep before I can build any of the specialty or special unit buildings. And don't have the technology for those, so you're going to upgrade barracks. In Urabi, we'll upgrade Castletown again. And now we've pretty much spent all that money we took from Venice and Amalfi. Combining the retinues here in Ireland, which we have a pretty decent sized standing army now of 2,500 men. Siege is lengthening. The siege events are not going in my favor today. It's not the end of the world, but it just lengthens things. One of the houses in our newly created Merchant Republic has died off. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Danish fleet. No reason to keep paying for upkeep. And actually, let's see. There we go. Republic trade zones. It would appear that they have not built any trade posts yet. How annoying. But that's okay. Oh, Genoa has shown up. I don't believe they started as a republic, so that must have happened recently. But regardless, hopefully our vassal will be making plenty of money, and it looks like he does, so he will be able to build up some trade zones soon. And speaking of all of that, I am now able to change some laws again, so I'm going to raise church taxes, which I thought I had already done, but maybe I had not, or maybe it was before I became Danish, before I became Denmark, and thus have to rechange the laws. But siege lengthens, and there we go, large church tax laws, so should bring in some more income from that. And siege is almost over. There we go, success. Another of our strong daughter, needs some education. And learning's about the only useful one for girls, so I'm going to give that to my seer to take care of. Give her, I guess I shouldn't call her that. A lot of movement for some of these heirs. Because my son will be the main heir, but one of his sons will be the heir of some of these counties. The prisoner seems to be complaining. We'll let him rot. And someone was just imprisoned by one of our vassals. Nothing of note there, just vassals having wars within the country, it looks like. But we finished the first siege, on to the next. And that same person who was imprisoned is just now was freed for whatever reason. We are almost done here. And there we go. So going to force the peace, which gives us all of that new land. And let's see, who do we want to be our heir? He would be okay. He would certainly not. Don't believe he is in line, not yet anyways. So what I'm going to do is grant the temple to my son, Oh, no, you can't by making him... I can't do that. So... going to grant... Well, I can't grant anything to him. And he won't join my court. How annoying. There's pretty much nothing I can do at this point. Ah, I can give this man the temple, which pulls him out of the line of inheritance. And what I can do with the other one, what I can do with this other one is start a plot and get him killed off. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. I'll gift and see if he will join us. He will not, but if I arrange a marriage for him, he certainly might. Which will make him a little happier. And let's see. I'm betting he will join my plot. Yep. These are all the Varangian Guard, excuse me. And I'm betting I won't get him to join me. This may be a bit of a pointless endeavor. So, and we can't assassinate him because we spent our money. So I'm going to stop there for today. We've taken some more of Ireland and done some looting and started to clear up our succession problem, but still have a little more work to do. So check back soon for more Crusader Kings 2, The Old Gods.